You want to say hello?
Hi.
You want to introduce yourself and say why you want to go live?
My name is Laci, and I want to go live because, I just don't know why. Because
What are we doing?
my infusion
Why do you have to do infusions?
to keep my body healthy.
To keep your body healthy. And so what is it that you have that makes you have to have infusions?
Common variable immune deficiency.
So our Laci here has an immune deficiency called a common variable immune deficiency. It's CVID for short. And we first discovered this. Everybody's starting to say hello. Oh, Braylon says hello too. We're doing a video. Can you go eat your sandwich, please?
No.
No, you want to watch too? Okay, can you be quiet for mommy?
Yeah.
So I can talk. So we first learned about her immune deficiency a couple of years ago. We were on spring break in Gulf Shores, Alabama. This was probably about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. And she was extremely sick. And is Cameron giving you those hearts?
Yeah.
Cameron's sitting in the other room giving her hearts. She loves hearts. So,
I'm pretty cat.
yeah, don't touch. So anyway, so she was very sick. She ended up getting like this little spot on her leg. Okay, I need you to go sit down. Cameron, hold on the heart, son. It's a little much for her right now. Go sit with Cameron. And so she ended up getting like this little, it looked like a spider bite on the inside of her thigh. And I'll show you kind of what it looks like now. And she was extremely lethargic and just fatigued and just did not feel well. So we were using essential oils, looking up several different things and putting everything we could on it. And so we ended up taking her to the doctor the first day we got back home from Gulf Shores. And they ended up rushing her to UK because at that point they thought that she was had a septic infection, which she did at the time because she had very labored breathing and stuff. And so they thought it was a spider bite at the time. Well, it turned out, long story short, it was basically this bacterial infection. What was it? The infection called? Oh, it's a very common infection that you can get if you swim in like oceans or rivers or lakes or whatever. And it's something that normally our bodies can fight off, but where she had this immune deficiency that we were not aware of, it was not able to fight that bacteria that's typically in pools and that sort of stuff. So anyway, it had basically, went into her entire body and it was coming up in like these little like raised spots, like boils and stuff like that. So let me show you what it looks like now. This is the biggest spot she had. It's on her inside thigh, and if you can see, it's pretty significant. And it's just a scar there now. But that's how big it was, and it was very infected. And we ended up having to do a lot of silver nitrate on it to help kind of burn the stuff that was like building up on there, like the tough skin. And she also had a lot of issues with her ears, actually getting so infected in what's the word? It's been a long time since she was in the hospital for like a week in the ICU, and then she was transferred, and we went back to the hospital several times. And so her ear canal actually kept closing because of the growth of the infection and stuff, and so she'd have to go in and have it like opened up. And so she's been through a lot. So this is a brave little girl. So we've been doing weekly infusions. First we did IVIG, which is through IV at UK, but it would take a whole day. She would have to miss school, and we had to go to Lexington for that, which was awesome, and they're awesome there at the Children's Hospital. But we want to be able to do it at home, so it's thank you, honey. Go sit down with your food because it's just much easier on our schedule. We have, a big family, and it's just not as invasive as the IVs, which were a nightmare. So basically what we do is we set up our little, I don't know what you want to call it, your gun or whatever, and I'm on my knees. Get on my feet. And so basically we get the medication and we put it in this huge syringe, and we put it in this, Raylan, can you please go roar at the table? Go do it to Cameron. And then we hook up all this stuff, and then there's 4 little needles that are super tiny, and you can do those either in your stomach, you can do them in your legs. In the beginning, she first did them in her stomach only, and now she basically does her legs only. So it just kind of depends, but they're extremely small. Let me try to open it up without sticking myself. So extremely small. And beforehand, we do numb her with a little bit of cream that they give her. And all of this is shipped from a pharmacy. I don't pick this up from like CVS or not Costco. I guess Costco does have a pharmacy. But this is basically all mail order because of the infusion stuff. And I want to say that I'm so thankful. I will say that our kids have been adopted through foster care. They were able to keep their medical cards, which is huge, and I'm not ashamed of it. I think it was a wonderful thing to allow us to continue to give our kids wonderful health care and not completely break our bank. So we're very blessed, and because with her medication, take a guess at how much this would cost monthly. I want you all to just post below, what are your thoughts on how much one infusion for Laci would cost at home? Now, at a hospital, it was a lot more for insurance, which obviously her Medicaid paid for it completely. But I just want to kind of know what your thoughts are and what you think the home infusions are monthly. Like if I was to pay out of pocket without insurance. So post that below, and I'm going to go ahead, and I'll tell you the amount in just a minute. So we're going to go ahead. She already numbed herself. And so basically, I don't know if y'all can see. You want to hold it like this? Can you? All right, so usually we have a system. Oh,
We can turn it around or whatever.
here. Yeah, we'll turn it around so she can see. All right, there you go. That way you can hold it like that. So basically, she kind of helps me because sometimes we do get a little anxious. Raylan, can you take her downstairs, please? She does get a little anxious sometimes, so I try to do it as quickly as possible. And so, sorry about Raylan. She has to be the center of attention. Usually Laci helps me with these, the stickers, but I'm going to go ahead and get those ready since I'm doing this all by myself. So basically I'm going to, I'll stay away from her little spot over here. Here's it like that. Because she doesn't like it on her scar, which I totally understand because the skin is thicker there. So I'm just going to pinch, and I'm just going to push it in. I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to tape. So we're going to do 2 on each leg. Let me get the next one ready. You're doing awesome, Laci.
Where's this gonna be one?
Huh?
Where's this one gonna be?
I'm gonna do it right here. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Watch the camera. So let's get this next one. And so earlier she put numbing cream on her skin, and then she took an alcohol swab right before this, and she cleaned off her skin from any of the leftover. You doing okay, babe?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and we usually go back over it afterwards and add extra tape if she feels like she needs it. And oh, I think I'm upside down. Sorry, guys. Oh wait, sorry. Sorry if you're all dizzy now. So that's basically what it looks like, and then we'll do the other side as well. So if you want to just, can you hold it like this? Your hand,
Like.
ears popping up. All right, honey.
Wait.
She won't eat and she's not coming over
Okay,
here. And
I want you to go to your room. Go to your room and play for a few minutes, okay?
I don't want her to cry and mess you up.
It's okay for her to cry. She doesn't have to be the center of attention all the time. Am I right, mamas? All right. Sorry about this, guys. No, you need to go to your room and collect yourself. This is what I'm dealing with. Everybody sees you crying, Raylan, and they're very sad. Okay. Alright, hold this like this.
Yeah, I
Hold it. Here. Sorry, we're trying to figure out. Alright, you're gonna have to, wait. Hold it like that. Can you see it like that? There we go. Oh, perfect. Sorry. We didn't exactly do a trial run of this. So we're going to do this leg. I'm going to pinch and stick in. And you hear the toddler screaming in the background. She needs a nap. So one more to go. So for those who did guess, it costs approximately $10,000 a month for her to do
one
this.
person guessed that.
One person did guess that? Awesome. It's about $10,000 for her medication a month. And a lot of it varies depending on her dosage. So as she gets older, it will go up. So I would say between 8,000 and 12,000 depending on the dosage and stuff like that. But the supplies, we get them monthly through BioRx. We'll put some extra tape. Where do you want this?
Anywhere.
We'll put it in the middle. So we're extremely grateful for the healthcare. Do you want anything to say anything to them?
Well, I'm glad I do this.
How does it feel?
It feels normal. Like
Here. Does it hurt? Tell me explain how it feels when you get your infusion.
Usually it's doesn't feel good whenever we actually turn this on, because it feels like stinging. Like,
It'll sting a little bit?
Yeah, it just feels like nails or whatever. And like with this, since the numbing cream is on, it just like tingles or whatever.
It burns a little bit, probably. It tingles?
Yeah, it tingles.
So, what are your thoughts about doing infusions? I know sometimes you don't mind though, because you get like usually free TV time and stuff.
Yeah, and no chores for like 2 hours.
Yeah, a lot of times these are more laid back days because it's okay if she doesn't finish her chore or whatever, and she gets extra TV time and stuff. So now what we do is, now that she's connected, this is how you just turn it on. And it has this little black thing that comes up, and it slowly pushes, because I could not push this out all by myself. It's extremely hard. So this here is pushing the medicine slowly, and it'll go through all of this and go into her body. So it takes about an hour and a half for her to do her infusions. And since we do those weekly, yeah, hour and a half. And then when we would go to UK and do the IVIG, it was like 7 or 8 hours all day, because we would go once a month. So this is definitely more conducive to our schedule. And do you have any last thoughts, Laci? What would you say to maybe a girl or a friend that found out they had CVID? What would you say to them?
That it may seem scary at first, but all you gotta do is just know that you're gonna be safe.
Yeah, that's great. You know, you just got to do what makes you healthy, right? You know, and it's not something you would enjoy doing, but you're awesome. Oh, Aunt Bubba says, love my sweet Laci. Oh, people are saying you're brave, and that's awesome. So Laci, super excited because she was like, I want to go live, and she said this the other day or last week, and I was just like, I don't have time to do the video and stuff. So I definitely wanted to do it for her because it was something that she requested. I did not ask her to do this, and I just think it's so brave of her to want to share this part of her journey, because it's definitely been something that I think that sometimes people can, because if they do have an illness, they have to take medication or whatever, they feel inferior, or, you know, just like they're not enough or they're not worthy. And that's just not the case. So she is awesome. And we've been through a long medical route with her, but she is healthy now, which we're so grateful. And I just want to thank you all for hopping on. If you have any questions about CVID or any other immune deficiencies, please let me know. We've been through the ringer with it. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I know quite a bit about it. And yeah, so we're going to,
Did you tell them about the PICC line?
The PICC line. You want to tell them about the PICC line?
Yeah, there's like a little scar right there, if you can see it or whatever.
So she did have a time where she came home. So there's the scar. After the hospital, she was on a tremendous amount of antibiotics, like 4 or 5 different antibiotics, and they ended up putting a PICC line. And that's actually kind of like I don't know if it's technically an IV line. I'm not good with the lingo, but basically it went, you know, through her veins, or veins creep me out, and all the way basically to her heart. And so that was a way that we did antibiotics like every 3 to 4 hours throughout the night for like 6 weeks. And so this mama got no sleep at that time, but it was all good. We made it work, and you do what you can, you know, you do what you got to do for the people you love, right? So I'm gonna hop off here. She's already started. I'm gonna get her comfortable. So basically from here, we are going to set her up and relax her with a recliner. I'll push it down. Got to make her comfortable, right? And then she usually, she sometimes will get cold. So she takes a blanket. She usually has, she has a book, a blanket. I'll throw that away in a second. So she just gets comfortable. She's got her phone out. She got for Christmas, so she's super excited about that. And that's her little hangout spot. You know, camera wants to be on video, so. I would say side effects from this. Sometimes they can get cold, so we try to not have the medicine cold because it comes in little vials when we you know, give it to her. Also, another thing is she gets very dry mouth. Let me see. Do you have? Let me see her mouth. Her mouth is not, because it's been a while since her last infusion, but it will get extremely dark up here because of the dry mouth. So that is one thing that we struggle with a lot, of getting enough water in her because of the dry mouth. But other than that, I know sometimes headaches and stuff can be a side effect, but that's not anything she struggled with. So far we've had great results from the sub-Q. So if you have an immune deficiency or you know someone who does, I highly recommend them. They're amazing. And so that way you're not having to take a whole day out to go get IVIG. So we're going to hop off here and finish this up. Thanks for hopping on, and we'll chat with you later. You want to say bye?
Bye.